Alrighty, guys, the cat's out of the bag. Nvidia is doing a 10-for-1 stock split, which we just got the news yesterday after the company reported earnings. So we're going to break down what this 10-for-1 stock split means. We'll break down the charts a little bit here, talk about the earnings as well. So, yeah. Sit back, relax. I got some Chick-fil-A this morning, guys. First time in a long time. It's funny. They put my name as Scott. You guys see that right there? Scott. They always put my name as Scott where you know my name is Stas, right? I always say Stas, S-T-A-S, but somehow they always, put Scott. It brings me back to my Little League baseball days where my coach, my literal coach, would call me Scott when my name was Stas. It is what it is, guys. But yeah, we're going to break down Nvidia stock split. Again, cheers for my, Chick-fil-A lemonade, of course. Got the coffee on deck as well. So, yeah, let's break down what's going on. So, Nvidia, right off the bat, crushed earnings yesterday. I'm sure you guys saw. They beat EPS by a long mile. They beat revenue by an even longer mile, and they also crushed guidance, which we talked about heading into earnings. That's the biggest thing to watch out for. Is their guidance going to be strong? Is it going to be weak? That is what was going to move the stock in the short term. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, even if the guidance was bad, maybe the 10-for-1 stock split would have moved the stock anyway, right? Do you guys agree with me on that? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. But it was pretty much good news after good news after good news. I mean, again, they beat EPS. They beat revenue. Their guidance for the quarter, for this quarter that we're in, is $28 billion of revenue. I'm pretty sure the estimate was $26.6 billion. And their net income, guys, for the last quarter, I think was like $14 billion. And last year, they did $2 billion. So about a 7x in net income year over year. And their data center revenue, I believe, grew 450%, something like that, to about $22 billion year over year. So yeah, needless to say, guys, Nvidia is crushing it on all cylinders, and their stock is moving. I'm looking at the chart right now. We're up 9.9%, up 10%. So let's break down this stock split. And right off the bat, I was wrong. I thought they were going to wait to do a stock split, maybe till the stock got to $1,200, $1,500. I don't know. I thought they'd wait a little bit longer, but no, we got the split at $1,000 pretty much, and this split is going to be effective on June 7th, right? I think the shares you own as of June 7th, those will be, you'll get 9 shares for every share you own, right? Something like that. Yeah, 9 shares for every share you own. Then the shares will be trading split adjusted on June 10th. So June 7th is actually a Friday. June 10th, obviously, is a Monday. So on that Monday, we're going to be getting the shares trading split adjusted. So for example, let's say Nvidia is at $1,000 to use round numbers. What's going to happen? Well, the share price is going to go from $1,000 to, you guessed it, $100. And the shares outstanding are going to get multiplied by 10. So yes, the stock price looks cheaper on paper, but is it actually cheaper? It's not. It's not actually cheaper, guys. This is just a way to kind of psychologically mess with the novice investor, if you will, make it look cheaper on paper when it actually isn't. All a stock split does is divide the stock price by 10, or at least this type of stock split divides the stock price by 10, but it multiplies the shares outstanding or the shares that are in existence by 10. So it's not really like anything's changing fundamentally with the business. All it is to make it look cheaper on paper, right? So you guys have to realize nothing's really changing. And in a world of, fractional shares, this is pretty pointless, right? It's pretty pointless because you can buy $100 of Nvidia if you wanted to. You don't have to wait for it to be $100 per share to buy $100 of it, right? But I guess not everyone realizes that. And one thing it is good for is the options market, right? The share price being cheaper, which we'll talk about that maybe in another video. But that's actually one positive of the stock split. Well, there's multiple positives, but one thing that I'm not loving is the fact that now a bunch of novice investors are going to be like, oh, it's cheaper, I'm just going to buy it, when the valuation is still the same. And you could have bought it a week ago at $950, but now you want to buy it at $1,050 just because they're doing a stock split. I don't know, guys. It doesn't make much sense to me, but this is coming from somebody that's been in the stock market for about a decade now, and I've been around these types of things before. So let me show you guys the chart very quickly, and clearly you guys can see we're breaking out like no other, right? We're seeing a clear breakout above 975, which was the all-time high from back in March. You guys remember that? You guys can see we hit it early March, end of March, and we were struggling at 965, 975 just about a week ago heading into these earnings, and now we're completely taken off, right? And I think they actually announced a dividend hike as well, but their dividend's not much. It's only like, I forget what it is, but it's pretty irrelevant. But either way, guys, we're moving on Nvidia, breaking out on this news, which is not surprising to me. Now, I want to know what you guys are doing. Are you going to buy Nvidia now just because of the stock split? Do you think it's going to go higher post stock split? A lot of people speculate that that's going to be the case with Nvidia, and it kind of was the case with Google. You guys probably remember when Google did their stock split about 2 years ago. Let me show you this chart right here. I don't think it went up initially after the stock split, but shortly after, it started taking off. Yeah, you guys can see here Google did a stock split in July of 2022, and then it actually downtrended for a couple more months. July, August, September. Actually, for a while, it downtrended post-stock split, but then it started taking off again. And I guess that's a bad example because this was in the middle of 2022 where we had a pretty rough stock market. And I guess you can't compare the two. I mean, Google did their split in a bear market. Nvidia's doing it at all-time highs in a bull market, so it's a bit different. But yeah, it could go either way, guys. Just because they're doing a stock split doesn't necessarily mean they're going to go to the moon, but who knows? Some people are going to speculate that that's the case. And look at this chart. I mean, holy smokes. Nvidia was at $108 back in October of 2022, about a year and a half ago, and now we've 10x'd since that point. Talk about performance, guys. So what do you think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, and follow along for more. I appreciate you all for tuning in as always. And if you haven't joined the Patreon yet, where I'm building out my private portfolio, there's a Discord chat. I'm posting charts and ideas throughout the week. You get more access to me every single day. That's on Patreon, guys. Check the link down below. Check out the QR code right here, or go to stocksurfast.com/Patreon. I'll see you on the inside. And with that being said, cheers from the coffee and, of course, from the lemonade. Gotta love the lemonade, guys. Cheers, and I'll catch you all in the next one.